Hey there. So today I am talking about doing a virtual college tour. This is for high school juniors who would like to learn more about different colleges, college campuses, begin to build their college list by actually visiting. This is the time of year when students typically visit during spring break. But of course, with coronavirus, COVID-19, many college campuses are either closed or if they are open, they are not allowing tours. And so students are not able to actually visit. So they're not having outsiders in. So I wanted to make sure that students did get information to kind of help them if you're a high school senior. So if you're in the class of 2020 and you were planning to do some visits to kind of finalize your list, or if you're a junior working to build your college list and wanted to get some tours under your belt, this is a good workaround. So um, this is what I'm telling my students. The what you need to do doesn't change, okay? So college planning still needs to take place. Again, I keep saying we're going to get on the other side of this. Um, we're going to be able to um, continue to plan, and at some point this will be behind us and it will be a memory. And so because of that, it's really important that you continue to plan, you continue to move forward. So the what doesn't change, but the how does. And this is really important because how things were delivered in the past, how they're typically delivered, that has changed, at least for this upcoming school year. And maybe, higher ed will reimagine and begin to rethink some things. Okay. So it's really important that you understand that although the what has changed, the how, or I'm sorry, the what has not changed, the how. And let me explain what I mean. So, for instance, on one podcast episode a while back on the Scholarship Shark podcast, I talked about using your summer experiences to win scholarship dollars. And I mapped out, really how students can use their summers strategically. If you happen to stumble across that episode and you're listening to it, you still need to do that. You still need to use your summers strategically. That's the what you do. And I mean, you, when I say you, I'm talking you, the student. Okay. So I'm talking you, the student, although maybe parents are listening, counselors are listening, but I'm always talking to the student because I want them to take ownership of this process. I want them to have some skin in the game. So the what needs to happen, that continues, but how you do it, that will change because currently right now, if students were getting some volunteer hours in the spring, a lot of places are closed. They're not taking volunteers. You're not able to go in and do maybe some soup kitchen work, or if you were participating in a 5K and organizing that for the spring, that may or may not happen, or maybe some of the planning, or so things have changed again because of the COVID-19 pandemic outbreak, whatever we want to call it. Okay. So it's important though that you still keep planning. I keep saying this over and over and over again. Just keep planning. You have to keep moving forward. And which is why I'm sharing some real-time advice. So I'm going to just share what I wanted to do was just share just one of the modules that I do with my students in College Admissions Academy. College Admissions Academy is our online group coaching program for high school students in the 11th and the 12th grade, helping them with the college admissions and scholarship process. Okay, so it includes all kinds of pieces. You can find more information on our website, thescholarshipshark.com/services. But I wanted to this is what I'm talking to my students about, and I just wanted to hop on and just kind of give you an example of a little bit of what we're doing. Again, they're still planning, but we're just shifting, because I understand the landscape and the shift that has to take place for students. Okay. So working with my parents, working with my students, this is just a sample. If you have not gone to the website, so go to our website at www.thescholarshipshark.com/live, download today's workbook. Okay. With all of our lessons, they're getting check sheet or checklists, tip sheets, workbooks, action items. They're things that they are doing, that students are doing each step of the way to move them one step closer to their college admissions goals. And so I want to make sure that you actually do have that workbook. Go ahead and print it out now, print it out later, but definitely print it out because your student will want to work through it. Alrighty. So let's just go ahead and jump into today's session. Now, I will say this, they're not long. When I'm working with students, they're not long because I find that students are busy. High achieving students have all kinds of things going on. So when I teach the concept. I, share what it is that they need to do their next steps, and it's, actionable, bite size, and we keep it moving. So this will not be long. I know it's 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So many folks, it's your dinner time. Depending on what time zone you're in. So this will not be a long session, and this is typically about how long it is when working with students. Okay, so let me do this right now. Okay, cool. So if you have your worksheet, I just printed mine in black and white. It's a 2-pager, and we're just going to jump right in. So I'm going to share my screen. I also am doing this on Instagram Live. So if you're on Instagram Live and you want to follow along with the videos, maybe after this, just hop on over to our YouTube channel. Or if you go to www.thescholarshipshark.com/live, you'll be able to click on the, you'll be able to click on the link to watch, go to our YouTube channel and to, watch the replay. Okay. So again, today I'm going to talk about virtual college tours because for students in the class of 2020, you may be trying to finalize that list. Maybe there were some schools you applied to, you've been accepted, and you were going to do some visits during spring break to maybe finalize that choice. And you may not be able to, or for juniors, you want to keep planning. Action is very therapeutic, because it's very forward thinking and it gives hope. It lets you know that we're not going to be stuck here forever. So we're preparing now for our next. We know we're not going to be in this place forever. Right now our state is quarantine. We know we're not going to be here forever. So we're preparing for our next steps. So I want you to just keep moving, and I want you to take the next step and to continue to move forward. So again, if you have not gotten the workbook, let me do this. I needed to move this out the way. There we go. Cool. Go ahead and get that at thescholarshipshark.com/live. Alrighty. So again, this class is for high school seniors who may be asking, how can I make my final college decision if I am not able to visit the colleges where I've been accepted? Or for juniors who are saying, how can I visit colleges to help me know where I want to apply in the fall? If you're asking yourself either of those questions, then this is definitely for you. Okay, let me do this. Alrighty, so what is a virtual tour? Let me do this. Okay, there we go. I'm like fidgeting with all kinds of gadgets here. All right, so a virtual tour is the opportunity for you to experience that campus, not in an actual environment, but in an online platform. And it's an opportunity for you to go around campus and visit the residence halls, check out the grounds, maybe sit in a classroom, maybe talk, and I say talk in air quotes, talk to a student. But it's an opportunity for you to get a feel for that campus. Of course, nothing beats a real live in-person visit. And so after all of this, especially for high school juniors, I definitely want you to plan to visit a college, in the fall, or, as soon as things clear up and you're able to kind of keep moving and keep planning, make it in your plans to definitely visit a college. There we go. What am I doing here? There we go. There we go. I got it to stay still. In the future. So I don't want you to think that this is a substitute. This is just a great workaround. But if you're a high school sophomore, high school freshman, and you're the parent of a high school freshman, high school sophomore, have them download these worksheets, have them begin to think about What kind of campus do they want? What kind of residential experience? Do they want a large campus, small campus, large campus with small class size? Do they want an urban campus, a suburban campus, the proximity to home? So begin to have those conversations. And this is one way they can do it. There's no cost to you. It's just some time. It's there's low barrier to entry. All you have to do is just simply plug in your computer, your laptop, or either your phone and just get going. So this is a way, really for the campuses to connect with the students and the students to get a feel for that campus without having to do it in person. All right. So there are two must-dos on your tour. All right. There are two things that you must do. Number one, you must tour the campus. And number two, you must talk to the student. So think tour, think talk. And I have talk in air quotes because I'm going to share with you how you kind of talk to the student. So some tools for our tours, and I'm going to go through 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll go through 3 of these, but I won't go through 2 of them. So there are some tools that you definitely use. Of course, the college's website is a great place to begin. Most colleges have either a virtual map or maybe some videos. They have information. So you always want to start with the school's website to get some information. That's one place. Then I'm going to share 3 resources, 3 separate independent resources from schools, and I'm going to go through those in detail. That's uvisit.com, campustours.com, and campusreal.org. And then finally, collegedata.com. That's where we're going to get a feel for not only the campus, but more of our talk with students. And I'll share that in a little bit. Okay. So let's take a look at uvisit.com. So I'm going to share these 3 tools first, and then I'll jump out of my slides and show you examples using one school and what some of the data looks like. So when it comes to uvisit.com, there are about 1,000, a little over 1,000 colleges that are on the platform. And what uVisit does, it allows you to visit the campus in one of 2 ways, in either a 360-degree experience. So you're able to, use your mouse, or if you have a touch screen, to kind of rotate and get that 360-degree feel. Or if you own a pair of virtual reality goggles, you can have a VR experience. So many of the colleges on uvisit.com not only have the 360-degree experience, where you're able to kind of visit the campus and move forward and kind of look around as if you're standing in one space and rolling all over the place and looking around, or the virtual reality where you're actually looking up. I don't know if you've ever worn virtual reality goggles, but it feels very real. And so there's also that virtual reality component. Another tool is campustours.com. Now, campustours.com has about 1,800 colleges on their website. They have several other resources. So they have the campus map, and their maps sometimes link to the college's map on the college's website. And what I like about the campus maps is that it gives you a bird's eye view. So it's looking, from the top and looking down at the college campus. So it's that traditional bird's eye view of the college. There are also videos. What I find, the videos are either linked to the school's website or they're linked back to uVisit. Okay, so you'll find some of the videos are actually linked back to uVisit. They also have the website link. They have virtual reality as well. And they also have maybe pictures. So it just varies. Some schools have a little bit more information. Some schools have a little bit less. But there's a little bit more information on campus tours than there may be on uVisit. There is an advanced search feature on campus tours where you can, do a little bit deeper search and search maybe by region or, by state. And there's no registration required. So it's not requiring your name or any of that information. to take a look at that data. I do want to say for you visit, you will get a pop-up on sometimes you may get a pop-up where it's asking you for your information in order to search. You can actually ignore that. You can search for schools without having to register, without having to give your information. So you can do that on all three of these tools that I'm sharing with you. Okay. So the third one is Campus Real. Now this one's a little bit different. So remember in the beginning, I said what you want to do on your virtual tour. You want to do the tour and then you want to have the talk. So of course, when you do an actual tour, if you've ever done an actual tour, you have the tour guide. It's typically a student who is a current student on that particular campus. It's a part of their work study experience. And I love it because they're always walking backwards. They're like looking at you and they're, all this stuff is behind them and they're just walking and talking. And, it's a great experience to go on a college tour. The one thing that really is missing when you do a virtual tour is that in addition to not having the real live experience is not being able to actually talk to someone. And that's what I like about Campus Real. So with Campus Real, they have about 300 colleges on their database. There are over 15,000 videos. And what I really like about Campus Real, this gives you that opportunity to hear from current college students. So these are student hosted videos about the college, about the dorm, about their experience. These are students giving their actual perspective and their view about the particular college. And again, this is really good, even if you're in the 9th grade or 10th grade year, to watch some of these videos if you're thinking about maybe attending a school and listen to what some of the students are saying. So this is a great tool. They do have advanced features on Campus Real, and registration is required, some more of those advanced features. And the biggest advanced feature is being able to save any of the schools that you're looking at on your list. So if you think you want to build a list of schools and you want to save some of them, then go ahead, just do the registration and begin to save some of those. But it's not required to watch the videos and to search for schools. Okay. So some of the tools to talk to students, again, because this is probably the biggest disadvantage to not actually having a live visit, would be not being able to talk to students. So you've got Campus Real. Then there's also college data. So college data has a lot of information on colleges, but if you scroll down to the bottom and on the very far right, there's a little link that says, it's something like talk to students, and I'll pull it up in a second, like talk to students or hear from students or something or other. There are also videos that are recorded by students so that you can get a feel from students and get their perspective on the campus. And then, of course, you can always hit social. You can check out students' Instagram pages, their Facebook pages. You can also check out YouTube. A lot of times students will talk about their campuses or a typical life in the day of whatever university or a major, or maybe they're doing a dorm tour of their dorm. So definitely check those out as well. What you're going to find on Campus Real, and this is what I like about Campus Real, that some of the videos that you see on YouTube are also on Campus Real. So it's a great place just to kind of go and get a lot of those videos without having to go on YouTube and do a lot of that searching. Alrighty, so let's go. I want to show you a few examples. So first, let's go to, so here's the worksheet. Yes, let me point the worksheet out for you since I have the page up here. So I definitely want you to print out the worksheet. And as you're going through it, again, for the tour and the talks, as you're touring the campus, these are just a few of the places, the homepage, and you can, go through and check it off as you're going through it. And all the links are clickable to make it really easy for your student to just go in and to get the information. And then some of the schools, it differs. Some have a lot of information in terms of the tour stops, some don't. But if there's something that you're missing from the videos, or you really want to see a little bit more when you actually do a visit, highlight it, circle it, just make sure that's a definite stop when you visit in person, and then as well as social. Okay. And then I also have in the worksheet, the tour, the 3 different places that we're going to go through right now. Okay. So I wanted to give a real live example, and I just picked a random college that is actually on all three platforms. So I'm going to go with the University of Missouri Columbia, and just to show you what one school looks like in all three places. See, this is that pop-up. Okay. So if you're watching Instagram Live, you won't be able to see it, but this is the pop-up I was telling you about. You don't have to put it in here unless you want to, but I'm just going to close it down and I can still see the tour without having to give my name and email. That pop-up is automatic, but it's not necessary. You can totally ignore it to get the information you want. So I can go through, I can do an overall look at the University of Columbia. I can look at the College of Business. I can look at the College of Education. Okay. So let me just look at the general campus so you can see what that, 360-degree experience looks like. So we have the quad, we have the engineering building, we have an actual classroom. I'll do the quad since it's an outdoor space. And then here's what I like. So typically, I can't hear it because I've got my mic plugged in, but there's an actual student, or I don't know if they're currently there, but there's an actual student who walks you on the tour, which is really nice because it gives you that very friendly feel. It doesn't feel like you're doing a an online tour. So those are really nice where they talk about their major and talk about uh, major and also talk about each part of the campus as you're going through it. So with the 360-degree, if you've never done it, you just click on it. But I'm just going to I don't know if I can do this while I'm talking, but let me see here. So I don't know if you guys can hear them talk or not. I know I can. I'd have to plug into my mic. But oh, this is a photo. So some are photos and some are the actual 360-degree where you're able to really swirl around. And I probably would not be able to do it and walk you through it. This also gives you a bird's eye view of the map, which is really nice. So you can get a feel for the campus and begin to really tour. Okay. So let's take a look at the same school on campus tours. So I'm just going to type in the University of Missouri, Columbia, and I'm going to search. So this is a part of that advanced feature. Oh, there we go. So there you could do an advanced search. I won't click on that, but there is an advanced search where you can search by some other criteria. But just for this example, I just wanted to show you what this looks like. So again, we have a campus map, we have the virtual tour, and we have the website. So I'm just going to click on each. Okay, so this takes you right back to the school's website. There we go. And, for more information, and each one is different. I find that the campus maps typically go right back to the school. So you could start, which is why I say start at the school. But this makes it a little bit easier because then you don't have to use that search feature and look all over the place, which is, if you do go there, you can either use the magnifying glass and search for campus map, or you can go to admissions. It's typically under the admissions tab. Let's take a look at their virtual tour. So they also have a tour here. Now see this other tour, let me go back to this one. This was more of just pictures and, I can go to different classrooms. So this is on You Visit for this campus. I can make a right, I can make a left, I can go straight ahead a little bit more. But this one on their website allows me to take the tour. Let's see. Oh, and this one actually does have the 360. Oh, it takes me back to You Visit. And that's what I found, that some of the campus tour virtual tours actually do go back to the website. So, or go back to You Visit. All right. So this goes back there, which is perfectly fine. I mean, you may find you go in, a couple of different ways and get that information. All right. And then finally, let me go back here. Oh, okay. It's right here. And then the third part was the website, which is their website. So I won't click on that one. Let me show you the advanced feature just so you can see what the advanced feature of Campus Tour is. This is a great tool for high school sophomores or high school freshmen, sophomores, and juniors as you're building your list and you want to tour. You don't want to run all over the place. You want to start to kind of get a feel for schools. Use the advanced feature on Campus Tours. Use the advanced feature on which I'm about to show you in a minute on Campus Reel as you begin to build your list. But definitely take advantage of this advanced feature. And here are some of the things that you see. So you can search by state. You can search by institutional type, private, public. You know, how selective is the school? So it gives you different things. You can search by major, what are all the schools that have biology or, whatever. You can search by major and begin to take a look. I'll just pick one. Let me just pick one so we can see here. I will just pick, let me swipe and get real random. And this is real time, so I don't know what's going to pop up. Oh, there we go. So here are all the schools with ASL. And you can begin to take a look and do some tours. Okay. So again, this is a great way to begin to build your list. If you're thinking about visiting, of course you can't just yet, but using the advanced feature allows you to search based on criteria that's important to you. Again, no registrations required for Campus Tours advanced feature. All right. Now, finally, let's go on over to Campus Reel. And I'm going to type in, so this one, again, you can search by schools or you can type the name of your school in. So again, if you're a senior and you've been accepted somewhere and you want to take a look at the campuses, you would just come right in and type in the name of the school. If you're a junior, sophomore, freshman, and you're searching, you can begin to look by the type of school. All right, so let's do university. There we go. And let's see what videos pop up. Okay, here we go. So on this tour, advice, it went down a bit. Advice for college freshmen, what to bring to college, the first week at the University of Missouri, Columbia. So just different videos, and then you could begin the tour as well. All right, let me see what's on there. Begin the tour. Yep. So again, this is the one where in order to go a little bit deeper, you would need to create the account and you just simply using your email. I'm not going to log in. All right. So again, I wanted to show 3 different tools that focused on the tour part. And of course, Campus Reel was the talk part, allowing you to, hear from students, current students or past students to get a feel for the campus. There's another tool, and that's college data. Let me, I'm going to come here for just a sec. So I'm going to pull up college data because I want to show you this last place to look for talks. So a lot of times families will go into college data and use the data to help them build their list. But there's also another place to look. I have to type all my info in here. My login stuff. There we go. But there's another place, and you may not notice it because it's tiny, it's teeny tiny, and it's on the bottom. So let me share my screen with you so you can see it. Okay. So the final one is collegedata.com. And when you log in, just scroll all the way to the bottom. And there's a resource that says True Student Stories. So you're going to click on that. And you can begin to look at or listen to stories from actual college students. Okay. So you can listen to stories from past students. You can click on a college name and see if the video is in there as well. Or again, this is great for students who are still building their list and discovering schools. This is a great resource to share. I do want to share a bonus thing because my eyes saw it and I knew it was here, but I wanted to point it out. They also have a scholarship finder. Ding, ding, ding. So make sure your student is clicking on that as well and finding scholarships, right? Look for that money as well. So again, I just wanted to hop on and show families just that you can do a virtual tour, even though college campuses may be closed or they're still open, but they have canceled college visits, so that you can continue to move forward with the college planning process and with your students' next step. So let me see if there are any questions. I don't know if there are any questions. I don't see any questions. Are there any questions? All right, great. So thank you for joining me. And if you are watching on YouTube, definitely hit subscribe so that you'll be notified of the future videos. There's some videos that I do just on YouTube, so definitely click subscribe there. And I like doing them there because I can do more visual, and as well I share here on my Facebook page as well. And again, I'll share the link one more time. If you did not get the workbook, go ahead and get our workbook. You can get that at thescholarshipshark.com/live, and you'll see the virtual college tour. Just go ahead and put your email in and it gets emailed to you within a few minutes so that you can print that off and that your student can stay productive during their time at home and keep planning. Because here's the reality right now, with everything that's going on, they may have access to their guidance counselor, but it's very different. Their guidance counselor is working remotely. Their guidance counselor is dealing with a lot more students and a lot more issues. And you want to keep your student moving forward with their college admissions goals in spite of what's going on. And this is one way that you can do that. So, I think I just saw a comment pop up. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That was that was Kim. It just said great presentation. Thanks for joining, Kim. Awesome. All right, guys. So I think that's it. I don't see any more questions. And thank you everyone for joining me and have a great one. All right, bye.